Magazine cover single tracks, steeper terrains, chairlifts, a vast ocean of mountains with infinity possibilities of freeride lines or day-long rides exploring places that seems to be pictured out from distant inhabited planets. A mountain biking potential that is hard to find in other places. Yeah, eventually we'll get there, but it still feels like a long way to go. And now, 160 kilometers further in other direction. After a late-in-the-day border crossing from Brazil to Argentina, a night sleeping parked next to a gas station, and some other kilometers more, we arrived in the city of Posadas, northern Argentina and border with Paraguay. We went out for a nice ride in the sun on the coast of the city, and after lunch we got back on track towards Buenos Aires. But after an hour or more driving without mobile data, we realized we were 160 kilometers past our turning point and heading to the opposite direction to Buenos Aires. I don't want to make it sound like this 106 km was a game over for our trip or schedule, but keeping it real, it was a big bummer.
Verdadeiro nadão.
And by the time we realized, it wouldn't be possible to switch back to Posadas and jump on the right route. Our average day mileage is 300 km, not only because the car speed, but because we also take a lot of breaks to enjoy views, have snacks, getting car stuff actually is overchecked. So going back and forth would mean pretty much a day delay on our schedule. On top of that, temperature is getting closer to 50 degrees Celsius in some places. Yeah, one of the hottest weeks in years in this whole region that goes from Foz do Iguaçu to Buenos Aires. But on the other hand, going straight the route we were would mean a couple days driving through an almost unpopulated area of Argentina, without risks of being driving an old van. Thoughts at this point would be, what if it overheats with this crazy temperature on the road, something breaks, or even a simple flat tire? All of the options could be scaled to a much more complicated scene with no help around and no mobile signal. So, on one of these quick pit stops, we took a rest to access the situation we had, look at the map to evaluate the risks better, and decided to keep straight and drive 2 more days along the Iberá National Park until we get back on the same road we were. During these long, hot day drives, we parked to sleep in small town curbs, got our water tanks refilled in pueblos, and drank a lot of tereré, a popular refresher in southern Brazil and Argentina, made with yerba mate and ice cold water. We were trying to wake up as early as possible to avoid the scorching sun, and on one of the hottest days of all, after hours driving on a slow pace to not overheat the engine, we found this, a camping site by the river bridge. We had a shade and a river to swim while waiting for the temperature to drop before driving again. A total oasis in the Pampas landscape.
Kiki?
50 kilometers ahead, the sun went down and we parked in the city of Mercedez, by the city hall plaza. It was a very cozy place, and on the next day we found a nice ice cream shop with great AC where I was able to work the whole day. After work, we packed to leave, same routine as usual. Went to gas station to fill up the tank, checked the radiator cooler, oil. We found out they were missing 4 liters of oil in the engine. That was a bit scary. We fill up the oil, and from then on, I'm checking it regularly every stop. This car was a very popular van in Argentina in the 90s, and they're pretty common around here, and so are specialized repair shops and parts supplies. But that's something easier to do in a big city. So our next goal was to get the car serviced as soon as possible in Buenos Aires.